And they sent Hugo van Looy to take photographs and make film. He became my first husband. And it was his photographs and film in the geographic magazines and documentaries that forced science to believe what I was saying, because before that, many of them had said, well, why should we believe what she says? She hasn't been to college. She's just a girl. But when they saw Hugo's film, then they had to believe.
When they saw what you saw.
Yeah.
But I do think it's worth underlining, because it's so hard for people now to imagine that as late as, the latter half of the 20th century, human beings thought that we were the only creatures who made tools.
That's what Western science believed. If somebody at that time had gone to the pygmies in the rainforest in Congo, they could have told you. I've sat and talked to them. They've watched it.
Right.
But I was greeted with scientists who said, well, you've done your study wrong. You shouldn't have named the chimpanzees. They should have had numbers. That's science. And you can't talk about personality, mind capable of problem solving, or emotions, because those are unique to us. But the dog you mentioned, Rusty, he taught me when I was a child that certainly wasn't true. We're not the only beings on the planet with personalities, minds, and emotions, and we are part of and not separate from the rest of the animal kingdom. I talk to many of the religions, talk to the Buddhists, and talk to the indigenous people. They believe that we're part of the animal kingdom. They believe animals are our brothers and sisters.
Right.
And arrogant Western science. And I think it probably stemmed from religion. Mm-hmm. God made man different, and God made man to have dominion over the birds and the animals and the fish and so on. But that is a wrong translation. It's just very arrogant to think that way. And, some people still do. The other thing which very dangerous about science, I was told at Cambridge that you have to be absolutely objective and you must not have empathy with your subject. And to me, that right from the beginning was so wrong, because when I was watching a chimpanzee family, for example, and one of the young ones did something a little strange, and so because I was empathetic towards them, I thought, well, if they were human, they do it because of whatever. And that gives you a platform, and you can stand on that platform and then try to analyze what you've seen in a scientific way. But it's the empathy that it gives, it's that intuition, that aha moment, which